and glad to be celebrating a series win for the Boston Red Sox.
Let's do it.
What is this team?
They're back.
I mean, who are they? So you take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's great.
You got to play against the good teams.
Yeah.
The good teams will you play better. Bad teams not so good.
That was like Mama Bula was out there on the mound last night with the meatball after meatball after meatball. But,
serving the meatballs up.
They end up winning that game. And
electric text thread with the meatball memes last night. Well done, guys.
Is it me or is it like Yankee Stadium small? Because I feel like every pop fly is potentially a home run.
Short porch wings. But, I don't know. I'm sorry, Ken. I don't think that they're back. I'm not going to make a fool of myself again and say that they're going to the World Series. There was a good weekend. Crochet wasn't great, but they still got the win Saturday. I mean, when the Yankees were up 3-0, I think it was 3-0 Saturday night, and Crochet was on the mound, I was like, just call the season. They can't even win this game. It's over.
They grinded it out, though.
Yeah. I mean, they got to win a lot more series in order for me to be back in. But
you got the Rays, and then you go back to New York, so you can make a little bit of ground on the wild card. I mean, you're still really far behind the Yankees, but let's see if things can change a little bit. The bats kind of heated up a little bit. I know everybody's kind of waiting for, because all they did was talk on the broadcast last night about when the great savior Roman Anthony's coming up. So hopefully sooner rather than later.
Well, and of course, the guy that's putting that on hold, he got peppered with questions yesterday. So he's the guy who's probably sick of hearing about it. The only issue I have, and we were going into this weekend saying there's no way that they come out with a win in the series against the Yankees. But then they've got the Rays, Yankees again, then the Mariners. That's a hard stretch right there. But if they can pull out at least not getting swept.
Well, no, they'd have to win. They got to win all those series. Like if I
don't think they have to win all of them.
Well,
at least 2 out of 3.
You got to win the majority of them to kind of make, to put them back in the mix of like, all right, they're really, maybe a game and a half out of a wild card spot. So
the Rays are only 3 games ahead of them. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So yes, you can win that series. You put yourself right back in the mix for the what? You're still 8.5 behind the Yankees.
Correct.
Curtis, here's a 978 texter who would like a formal apology from me to Abraham Toro. So I did, in fact, I believe, say who the F is Abraham Toro and why the F is he in the lineup. I would still ask why you're bringing Meyer up if you're not going to play Meyer at all.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't get that one.
But that's okay. I will issue a formal apology to Abraham Toro.
Abraham Toro could walk in and bring us bagels, and I'd have no idea who it was. And you wouldn't either, 978.
No, you'll either find them at third base or first base.
But the Roman Anthony 500-foot home run was so infuriating to me. It's like he's not just like good. He's not the Red Sox best prospect. He's the best prospect on the planet, and he has obviously achieved everything you can achieve in Worcester. It's so silly why they're doing this. I don't get it. I really don't. He's the kind of player, it's going to be infuriating when he gets here because he'll probably go on go for 12 for 30 with 4 home runs in a series. And you're going to say, why the hell weren't they using this guy 2 months ago?
Yeah. And then there's the ongoing debate about if you need to make room and you have to send Christian Campbell down for a little bit and how you can't send guys down anymore because guys make a lot of money and so they can't be sent back. I saw Lou engaging in this. Thankfully, there was one voice of reason engaging in it and suggesting that you actually absolutely can send guys back down to the minors and have guys work on things and come back. It's been done since the dawn of time in Major League Baseball.
And a great point in the Twitch chat, Slim Jim says it's a 500-foot home run at a lower level. Okay. It's the longest home run in any form of baseball in America and Canada this year.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, if we are looking at things with a positive light, they won that game last night. You had Jaron Duran step up there with bases loaded in the 6th, and actually that's a guy on this baseball team who was able to hit the ball with runners in scoring position, and so you're making a little bit of progress. A little bit of progress.
Yeah, you got to continue to do it, and I don't think anybody's really, jumping back on board of like, okay, they can turn things around. It's one series that you're able to win. Yes, it's the Yankees, but show us that you can consistently play like this, where you're winning the majority of the series. At least you go on a little bit of a run, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Here's a 978 text that says Marcelo Meyer is only going to play against righties. I don't care about that. If you bring a guy up and you make the move to bring him up and then platoon him and he plays once a week, it's not of much value. That's to me personally. You and I can disagree on that all we want. Mm-hmm. But in Major League Baseball, it is fine, well, and dandy to have guys who can hit against pitchers who or at least get a chance to hit against those who throw with either arm.
Well, if you're only going to play him against righties, can't you move him down and bring Anthony back up if you want to keep Campbell up?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't like how Curtis is always saying, like, the cap is crap. I think the whole moving a guy up or down is kind of crap. Like, if they wanted Anthony here, they would figure out a way for him to get here. Like, I don't buy into, well, it's because Devers doesn't want to play first. It's because you can't put Campbell down because he signed an extension and, he's making too much money. I think if they really wanted Roman Anthony on the Major League team, they could figure out a way to bring him up, and they could easily figure out how they wanted to do it. If they wanted to put Ceddanne Rafaela at second base and Anthony in the outfield, they could easily do that.
But I guess my question, Wiggs, is so then why isn't he here?
Because
he's clearly played well enough. He's one of the best players in all of AAA, probably the best. And they have clear needs for a guy that's going to give you pop and, add offense. So if it's not the salary, I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, and did you say that after June 7th, that, like, salary thing is kind of thrown out the window, or the service time?
Yeah, I think I've heard varying ones. Baseball Brett was saying it was 2 weeks, so I don't know exactly when. But sometime in June, that would be no longer a problem.
All right, so I would guess that we would see him sometime in June if the service time thing isn't the issue. But if we're not seeing him in June, then I don't really know, then maybe it is what Breslow and Cora says. They don't want to, throw off his development. Who the hell knows? But Curtis is right. What more can you do at the AAA level? I mean,
and the Red Sox offensive stats are really skewed. They've had like 4 games where they scored an average of 15 runs. The offense they need is a guy that can hit with runners in scoring position, where they rank last in Major League Baseball. So that's where they need to get the help. It's not padding the stats or hitting a meaningless home run and a 5-2 loss. So that's what happens. I don't know when it'll happen. If I were on the Red Sox front office, I would have him here today.
All right. And Curtis, I would like to see you there. I know you already are employed here, and probably a lot for you to do both. But
it really is.
You are. It's well documented. Baseball savant, Red Sox savant, and so I'd like to see you there. By the way.